Okay. Okay. Uh, hello. Apologies. That took me a minute to start. I had to go downstairs and check on something right as I hit start stream. I had to go check on something. Because of course. But everything's fine, everything's good. We're all cool. Uh, Today we are watching Genshin lore videos. I have 4 pulled up. I think that should be enough. I have one about No Karai and what we know about No Karai so far. One about the 5 Sinners of Conria. One about Irminsul and that clip we saw of Dottore. God, I can't talk today. Of Dottore burning it. And then one that God, what is the exact wording in the title? The secrets of Genshin Impact are in this book, and that's very interesting to me. So I wanna watch that too. And I think this is just a good time to refresh ourselves on what we know about Genshin's lore so far. And all that. All right. I think I've all right. Yep, here we go. What we know about Nokurai so far. This video is 3 months old, so I think we have learned a few new things, but I don't think it's like that outdated that we need to worry about it. This one is by Minslith, and I'm going to put all the links to the videos we react to in chat. Go watch them. Go watch them yourself, because none of this is me. I have a fairly strong grasp of the lore, but I do get a little confused sometimes. None of this is mine. It is all people who have a much better understanding of this lore than I do. And I cannot have the chat up on screen right now because of how I do it. It would just be the corner of the video. I'm sure there's a better way for me to capture the chat for stream, but I don't know it. So we're just gonna go with what works for me for now. And jump in. All right. So what we know about Nokai so far.
Hoyoverse is dangling over our heads, a region where Celestia's rule really doesn't reach. A
Yes.
place teeming with outlaws, forgotten relics, and a power unlike anything we've seen before.
Yeah.
Welcome to Nodcry.
Yeah, no, I'm legitimately, so I am going to pause quite a bit. Because obviously, I firmly believe reaction videos should have a substance to them. But so I am so excited for Nakarai. Apologies, one moment. I realized I wanted to close Genshin just to make sure. My computer's been having problems with stream these past few days. I changed nothing about it, so I don't know why it suddenly hates me. But I'm so excited for No Cry. It seems so interesting to me. What was I gonna say? Oh, I'm so excited to find out about more of like all the factions in No Cry that were revealed to us in that one video thing. Like I'm legitimately hoping we find out A, more about the treasure hoarders, and B, we get a playable treasure hoarder. That would be so cool. I want to hurl money at treasure hoarders. Or not at treasure hoarders. I want to be a treasure hoarder, and I want to hurl money at enemies like you do with Aventurine in Honkai Star Rail. All right,
From
back
its
back on
untamed
topic.
landscapes to its mysterious moon-worshipping cult. Not gonna lie, I'm gonna be upset if this upcoming region isn't one of the most lore-packed and unpredictable places in Teyvat, because
Yeah,
I'm finally starting to feel like we're actually close to uncovering the truth of
I
this world. What if
I feel like we're close to. I feel like No Cry is going to be insane, and I will also admittedly be a teensy bit upset if it doesn't hold up to Fontaine, or at least to Sumeru. Give me something better than Natlin.
if I told you that the people of Nodcry harness a power that potentially predates visions? That their
Ooh.
power might come from the moon? That the Tore and the Fatui are already experimenting on
Uh-huh.
it? And the best part? We'll be there soon. Today's video will contain everything we know about Nodcry and why this region might just change Genshin's story forever. I hope. I'm your Leafy Lorekeeper Minslif, and I read the Genshin Impact lore so that you don't have to.
All right.
But first, a
Yep.
word from today's sponsor.
Oh,
Today's video is
I am going to skip past the sponsor. That's not that's not what I'm here for. I already use Opera GX. I don't know. I don't need to be sold on
You don't
Opera.
have to start from scratch. Download Opera GX during today's video. Nodcry is
I don't have to be sold on Opera. I already use Opera GX. I was sold on it long ago. It works great if you're wondering.
located in the southernmost
Opera GX sponsor me.
part of Snezhnaya and was first mentioned by generous Daddy Liben during the version 5.1's Marvelous Merchandise. Liben described Nodcry as a lawless frontier where people from all over Teyvat gather in search of fortune. But he
Yeah.
also warns traveler of the region's dangers. He himself
Yeah, didn't Lieben get like super fucking robbed like the second he stepped foot in No Cry?
was robbed there and had to have his goods retrieved by the Voynich Guild. Nodcry doesn't have formal courts
Okay.
of laws or authorities like the Knights of Favonius.
Lore! Yes, yes, lore. I love lore. It's in I'm getting off topic of the video, but I'm going to because it's my stream. I can do whatever I want. Legitimately, the reason I enjoy like learning lore about games I like is due to the fact that I watched so much game theory growing up. Like so much, and I still do. That it has like it fully affected the way I like go about enjoying content I enjoy. Is that I want to learn the lore.
Instead, they have the Voynich Guild. Other than Liben mentioning that the guild was rather generous when they retrieved his stolen goods and bought them off of him, we don't know much about them or if they're in cahoots with the Fatui. The Fatui have always been the
1 minute. Let me. I have zero idea where a good place to put the captions are.
strongest force in Snezhnaya, so it's no surprise that Fatui Harbinger Il de Tore has a stronghold in Nodcry. And for good reason too. Nodcry is strange. Like, really strange. Apparently, according to
And you're amazing for that. I love getting to talk about lore
Mawika,
and
the people of
interesting things I'm
Nodcry are
in.
able to use a special power that predates the 7 elements of Teyvat.
I am so interested if when we get to Nokrai, if we're going to get a new element, or if they're going to do like with what they did with Skirk, where it's like uh her I'll try to move the captions there. Her power is abyssal, but she disguises it as being cryo. I wonder if they're going to do that for the people of Nokrai, or if it is going to be, well, here's moon power. Introducing moon power. I would love moon power.
Potentially predating visions. And that's weird because what does that mean?
Yeah,
This
no, that
insinuates
is.
that Nodcry's inhabitants possess a power that's not like anything we've
My question again off that would be uh is it just something if the people of Nokrai don't need visions to harness their power, like the power they wield? Is it just something instinctual within them, or do they still need some sort of like item about like item similar to the visions to harness that power and to direct it? Yeah, here's the moon power, and it's used by 3 characters. Or like I fe I feel like adding something like a moon power. Like, yeah, it would either be every new playable character that's released from the Cry uses moon power, which would be insane, and then it's never used by any other characters again, unless they're also from the Cry, and we just, like, get them released later, like Gaming was for Leeway. Or it's like, yeah, it's used by literally just 3 people. Yeah, like Dendro when it was first revealed, except Dendro eventually fairly quickly branched out to being given to characters from other regions like Baiju and Kirara and Yao Yao. Uh whereas whereas I feel like you couldn't give moon power to like people not from the Cry because that would just further complicate the lore.
we've seen before. Or maybe we have seen it before. This power might have something to do with the Frost Moon Scions, whom we
Mhm.
first hear about during the version 5.3 event on the Trails of Behemoths.
I don't think I played that event. No wait. No wait, I for some reason read 3.5. I'm having a day, everybody. Apologies. No, I did play this event. I did okay at it.
Helka is an event-exclusive NPC and happens to be the first NPC from Nodcry that we meet. Helka belongs to a mysterious organization in Nodcry. A former adventurer named Katya raised her and several others. After experiencing the monsters that her area had to offer, Helka decided to leave to explore the monsters in other nations. Scions live in the wilds of Nodcry and allegedly worship a moon.
I I'm being so legitimately serious when I say this. A part of me completely blacked out any part any of like basically anything from 5.2 or maybe even 5.1 to like the Lantern Rite quest. Also, oh god, the stream is dying. I am so sorry about the stream. I have no idea what's been going on these past few days. The stream just keeps like I changed nothing about my computer or anything from when I last streamed Ace Attorney, but now my computer just really wants to not work for streaming. It keeps like literally dying. Ugh, I'm so sorry about that. I just need to buy a computer properly set up for streaming. I think my laptop's carried me as far as it can. Apologies, ignore that. I had another window open that I was using for other stuff before this, but I literally only have the stuff I need open right now. Ignore ignore Danny Mata.
Deity whose statues are scattered throughout the land. Unlike the residents of Nasha Town, another area in Nodcry, the Frostmoon Scions lead a primitive lifestyle in forests and are considered a weird bunch.
You know, if we're basing primitive customs off of how Natlin works, that would just mean they have like 1970 yeah, 1970s technology. Is that mean? Am I being mean now?
By the
I always question when my Natlin bullying stops being funny jokes and is just like mean. Because I don't want to be mean.
locals. Helka claims to have seen the Frostmoon Scions do magic, presumably unlike any elemental art we've seen before. An ancient civilization obsessed with moon worship might sound familiar to you. If you're aware of Arlecchino's backstory, you know exactly where this is going. According to the lore,
the dynasty of the Crimson Moon in Conria,
tied
right?
to her story, an ancient dynasty in Conria once revered a celestial entity known as the Crimson Moon, a mysterious deity they desperately prayed to for salvation. They begged for descenders, beings from beyond Tevat, to come to Conria, transcend the gods, and rewrite fate itself. Arlecchino
Yeah, that is still vaguely insane. Like, we learned all this like a year ago, but it's still vaguely insane. Yeah, I'm bullying Natlin technology more. Hey, don't die. Stream, please don't die. Why does it hate me?
Arlecchino's very existence might be proof that remnants of this dynasty and its forbidden rituals are still lurking in Tevat's shadows. And best of all, there might be more of these moon cults as far as Nodcry. From a young age, Arlecchino could wield a strange flame before she acquired her pyro delusion and pyrovision. Unlike normal pyro, this fire scars her body every time she uses it, leaving her limbs looking charred and branding her as cursed. Those killed by her flames don't just die, they leave behind after images. The echoes of their last screams haunted her dreams until she simply got used to them.
Yeah, that's like so fucked up. Arlecchino is such a fascinating character, and her powers are so fascinating. Basically, yeah. Call of Cthulhu is a great way to describe it.
According to her story quest, her cursed blood can be used as a potion that painfully erases memories so thoroughly that a person's old self is effectively killed, allowing them to live a new life. So where did she get these powers? Well, Piera seems to think the answer lies in the Fontaine book Paranary. I'm going to quickly summarize the origin of Arlecchino's powers based off what we know from
I don't know if I myself have actually read Paranary.
Paranary and the Crimson Moon semblance. This section will contain theories and speculation since the intricacies of
This video isn't about me simping for Genshin characters, but like this is literally the hottest frame they've ever animated.
Arlecchino's origin story are still a mystery a la Conria style, so please take it with a grain of
salt.
We're trying to deduce where Nodkai people get their powers from with the literal crumbs that we have. Arlecchino is a descendant of the Crimson Moon dynasty, an ancient era of Conria that existed thousands of years ago. This doesn't mean she's ancient herself. Instead, the implication is that members of the Crimson Moon dynasty might still exist today, still practicing the forbidden.
My question of that would be is how much is it that members of the Crimson Moon dynasty still exist, and how much is it that the members had children who had children who had children who had children, and then like the people who would have been Arlecchino's parents just don't like subscribe to those beliefs anymore? How much is it how much is it something that still is present and actively like worshipped? And how much is it just, oh yeah, no, that was like my great 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 grandmother's thing. I know nothing of that.
Forbidden ritual, which consequently imbues children with the Bale Moon blood fire. That very practice was considered too dangerous, even by Conria standards, possibly leading to the dynasty's downfall. Now let's talk about the Frost Moon Scions of Nodcry. They worship the Frost Moon, which already sounds eerily similar to the Crimson Moon dynasty's reverence for their own lunar deity. If their story follows a similar pattern, then there's a chance that they're also practicing ancient forbidden rituals, except their power might be cryo-based instead of pyro. Katya does warn Helka to stay away from the Frost Moon Scions and their eerie moon statues, almost as if uncovering their secrets comes with consequences best left untouched. If Arlecchino's
But I like consequences.
Bale Moon Bloodfire can burn memories away, what if the Frost Moon's power can freeze something even deeper? Perhaps time itself? If Arlecchino
Okay. Okay, hear me out on an idea for Nodcry's powers. Instead of making it a whole new element, type of thing, like moon power, like I was joking about. What if it is this crimson moon power, which would be called six-phase ice, like the type of ice that froze March and completely froze away, like we still don't know how March 7th lost her powers, but or not her powers, apologies. I have a lot of words in my head. Her memories, but it could be because of the ice she was frozen in. That could be a like part of how six-phase ice and what it's supposed to do. And what if the way this ice power works is it would still be like cryo, but it's functions similar to Miyabi from Zenless Zone Zero. For anyone who doesn't play ZZZ and doesn't know how Miyabi works, she is I believe her power, God, what is it called? Because it's like frostburn or something like that, and it is essentially fire and ice mixed together to deal both of those at the same time. So I wonder if that's how they could be planning to do the powers for Nokurai. Because then it wouldn't require a complete rework of the element system. Because I think that's what is preventing Hoyo from adding a new element to Genshin, is that it would legitimately require a complete rework of our current reaction system. Like, like just how when Pokemon added Fairy type, it was like, we have to now completely reconfigure how, like, how does everything react with this element? This new type. And because Genshin is so reaction based, it would be essentially a complete rehaul of the element system, which is a lot of work. And I imagine they probably have people figuring that out as like in preparation for when like Dainsliff becomes playable. And when they do eventually add an abyssal type element and like whatever the celestial type element is going to be. But so if we just combined pyro and cryo, then you would still just have those things function with, like, you would still have overload and uh whatever a reaction with cryo is, melts. Wait, no, that's with pyro though. But like, and it would just deal melt damage as opposed to cryo or pyro damage. Or they could mix cryo with something else like electro or hydro, and then you just deal freeze damage. Pokemon does not need a new type. Hot take, Pokemon does not need a new type. There's enough. It's confusing enough every time I need Pokemon. Every time I play Pokemon, I literally need a type chart up. Uh Pokemon have enough types. It's like nearly 20. It does not need any more. I think it's 18 types. I think Pokemon has 18 types. That is way too many. That is enough. No more. Fairy was the last.
Venus fire is unnatural, then what kind of twisted cryo abilities might the Frost Moon Scions have? Could they erase emotions? Freeze death? Freeze time itself? One thing's for sure.
You'd have to balance it. It would be like it would be a lot to balance, but I think it would be less to balance than a completely new type. Or not type, sorry, now I'm on Pokemon. A completely new element. Like, you'd honestly, you could potentially fix it fairly easy with, as opposed to a character scale, like their attack, like the amount of attack a character does scaling with like their attack percent or their hydro percent, or not hydro percent, sorry, their HP percent or something. Uh you make them scale off of elemental mastery, and it can be really difficult to build enough EM, like, and then make the minimum something achievable. But then, like, if you want them to do the insane amount of damage, it has to be like you need like over 1,000 EM or something. I don't know. I'd have to like sit down and actually think about this, but I'm sure there is a way to balance it to not make it insanely OP or just put insane team restrictions.
Sure, these ancient lunar cults are hiding something. I mean, of course they are. And the deeper we dig, the more it feels like Arlecchino's curse is just the tip of the Frost Moon iceberg. The existence of the Frost Moon Scion suggests that Teyvat's lunar mysteries run even deeper than we thought. We have the Crimson Moon, the Abyssal Moon, the Shattered Moon, or the Ancient Moon in that land, and now we have the Frost Moon. The worship of moon deities in Teyvat traces all the way back to the three Moon Sisters, some of the oldest and most mysterious figures in the game's lore so far.
I'm so interested in the Moon Sisters, like legitimately.
Scions and the people of Nodcry have inherited powers tied to an alleged Frost Moon, then clearly these Lost Moons still hold influence over Teyvat today. One of the other known settlements in Nodcry is Nashatown, home to a group called the Speranza. According to Helga, if the traveler ever visits, they should seek out her mentor Katya within the Speranza, hinting that this—
Ooh, I wonder if we're gonna meet Katya, or if she's just gonna, or if Katya's just gonna be like a name that we hear, or like even further than that, is Katya going to be playable, or is Katya just going to be like an NPC?
This group might be the secret organization dedicated to researching monsters and ancient phenomena, but the real mystery lies beyond the town. Somewhere in Nodcry, there's an island where the Frostmoon Scions gather. This island is apparently covered in ruins reminiscent of the secret source automatons. There's a possibility that the secret source automatons originated from ancient dragon technology, and honestly, it'd be cool if we got some—
That's now confirmed true, I believe. I do want more sovereign lore though. Give me more of the
lore comes about
sovereigns.
the Cryo Dragon Sovereign in Nodcry. Recently, Nodcry has become even more dangerous than usual. The Fatui seem to be tightening their grip on the region with large-scale construction projects underway, and none other than Il Dottore running a stronghold there as well.
I'm so excited to just have more Fatui stuff. One of the biggest draws that got me to start playing Genshin was actually seeing the Winter Night Laszlo trailer. I could not remember what it was called for the life of me for some reason. Um but seeing the Winter Night Laszlo trailer as an ad is actually one of the things that got me to start playing Genshin. So I'm so excited for anything more with the Fatui. They're such interesting characters to me. And I do just legitimately enjoy them so much. Even characters like Dottore, who is evil, I do still love him because he's evil.
Moiko warns the traveler that direct conflict with the Fatui is unavoidable the moment you step foot in Snezhnaya, and in Nodcry, Dottore's subordinates are already swarming the area. His objective might involve the ancient moon's remnants still floating ominously in Natlan's sky. This seems way more large-scale than his usual experiments. Dottore, the ancient moon's remnants, and the mysterious power lurking in Nodcry may all be a part of a much larger, more sinister plan. The question is, what exactly is the Fatui building? So, we've got the Torres stronghold, the Fatui potentially up to no good, and an entire cult of moon worshippers. But you know—
Dude, that is just insane and so exciting. No Cry is going to have so much cool stuff in it. I'm so excited, and I'm excited for more exploration too. I was so hoping 5.7 would give us a new place to explore, but it didn't, and I want a new place to explore.
what's even worse, or better, depending on your perspective, than having Dottore as our next big antagonist? The fact that he might not be the only one. There's still Columbina, Miss Seelie herself. If the Seelie race has any connection to moon worship and the lost lunar deities, then you can bet we haven't seen the last of her. There's also Rayrir of Solnati, one of the 5 sinners of Conria, whose name literally translates to the Avenger of the Moon. I think it'd be really appropriate for him to show up in a nation mired in moon-related mysteries. If Rayrir is a Nodcry, then we're not just dealing with the Fatui. We're looking at something, hopefully, more dangerous. With the release of Not Cry later this year, we could be on the verge of finally uncovering what really happened to the ancient moons of Tevat. Or are we about to wake something up that was meant to stay asleep? If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video. Thank you again, Opera GX.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be so exciting. I'm so excited to find out more about the moons and what the Fatui are doing, and potentially Project Strega, right? It's Strega. That's the one that's mentioned in Arlecchino's story quest. I am so excited for all of that. Oh, wait, do you not know about the Columbina, where is it? The Columbina analog horror thing from so either earlier this year or late last year? There was this whole big, like, Columbina
Deities, then
analog horror thing.
Seelie herself. If the Seelie race has any connection to
Yeah, it's insane. Okay, one moment. I'm going to I can just turn that off. I'm just gonna put the content soon screen up. Uh it's fitting that we ended that video on talking about how one of the sinners might be in Conria. Because now we're gonna learn more about the sinners. I admittedly have not done a lot of research on the sinners myself. So I am very excited to hear more. The Columbina analog horror thing was insane. Give me one moment to grab the link for this video so I can put it in chat. Definitely go watch all the videos we're reacting today. Because, I mean, we would not be able to do this stream if I would not be able to react to this stuff if these amazing creators didn't make them. So yeah, this one is also by Minsleaf. I admittedly was only able to find like 2 people who had videos on stuff I wanted to like react to on stream from anywhere recent that like would not be completely outdated at this point. So yeah. So everything we know about the 5 sinners of Conria.
the 4.7 Archon Quest bedtime story name dropped what might just be the real villains of Genshin Impact. We are more than halfway done with Genshin's story already. Think about it, we're closer to Conria's potential release than we are to Mondstadt's release back in 2020. The story's
Also, note this video is almost a year old. I was struggling to find videos to react to. It was a lot harder than I thought it would be. When I pitched this idea this weekend and I asked for suggestions, I thought it would be significantly easier to find videos to react to on stream. It was shockingly difficult.
is really starting to ramp up
Uh,
even more, especially with the reveal of the 5 sinners of Conria. The 5 sinners and Dainsleif were supposed to be the heroes of Conria, and
yes.
each of them were the best at their specific crafts. Just to give you an idea, one of them mastered the art of creating artificial life, and this particular sinner is largely blamed for unleashing her unholy creations on Tevat,
Yeah, that would be Gold, I believe. God, I love her. I'm so excited to meet any of the sinners, but like especially Gold.
causing massive damage to the far corners of the world during the Cataclysm. So, if all of them are of equivalent power scaling and knowledge, then we're cooked. At present day,
Yeah.
according to Skirk, some of them are pursuing some form of perfection. In the bedtime story
Mhm.
Archon Quest, Dainsleif said that he and the 5 were supposed to be the ones to prevent disaster, the ones to stop the Vinster King from continuing to rock the foundation of this world. What does that mean though? Rocking the foundations of this
Yeah,
world
what does
could
that
mean
mean?
messing with the laws of Tevat, but the last time this phrase was used was during a relatively hidden side quest in Fontaine. In Pursuit Part 2, you speak to the conscience of Carter Sherbius, who appears to you in the form of a mechanical dog and tells you this world was going to disintegrate because someone who shouldn't be here arrived, shaking the foundations of this world.
Ooh. Oh, I wonder who, like, so that's obviously like, well, I was gonna say it's obviously a descender, but now like we have concrete proof that Descenders aren't the only beings from outside of Tibet. They're just the ones that have the ability to like affect things, like change the fate of the world. So is that us and our sibling? Is that Skirk? Uh, the plot twist is Aloy. That would be so hilarious if the collaborative event character Aloy is actually like the most lore important character ever. That's how you get her constellations, by finishing the game.
If you defeat his reborn Hilichurl form, he tells you that's good. You just got rid of someone who shouldn't be here. And thanks to you, this world's collapse has stopped. We know from Parenheri and Arlecchino's backstory that long ago, Conria was not only obsessed with creating life, but also summoning outlanders or aliens to their world in hopes that one of them would be a descender, an all-powerful being whose will is said to rival that of Tevat's. Perhaps the supposed Vinster King's obsession with bringing Outlanders and Descender to this world is the source of a lot of problems Tevat and Conry have been dealing with. Perhaps that's...
Yeah, maybe bringing people from outside of the world in, and also, creating what is practically demons, isn't a great idea.
And creating new life is something that they're not supposed to do, and thus doing so causes the foundations of this world to shake. A popular guess for the identity of this Vinster King is King Irmin of Conria. The statue at Mob Drop seemed to refer to King Irmin, and you can see how it gets more and more corrupted with each stage.
Ooh.
A detail that works towards this theory is the fact that...
Oh, you know what? Hold on.
More and more corrupt.
This is interesting because it almost looks similar to Iseroth. Iseroth? I don't know how to pronounce. I just realized I don't know how to pronounce that name. I've only ever read it. Looks very similar to Iseroth's statue, which is the statue, or it's theorized that it's the statue that is in Inazuma that like the Shogun was putting all the visions in. Because like that statue just is plain and simple not A or Makoto. It is like doesn't look like either of them.
With each stage. A detail that works towards this theory is the fact that King Irmin was suspiciously indisposed or too unfit to rule right before the Cataclysm, and Kaya's ancestors, the Alberich clan, had to step up as regents for the nation. This sets an interesting precedent. If the Vinster King was king...
I always forget that Kaya is like a prince. I always forget that. I don't know why or how, but I do.
Irmin, who lost his mind to the call of the abyss, then the five sinners were probably tasked with defeating their king, and this election may have even happened in secret. I mean, if you had to backstab your evil king, then obviously you wouldn't tell him, right? Instead, 5 of the 6 elected members were also seduced by the abyss, and instead divided among themselves a power that could destroy the world. In doing so, they became transcendent beings, each in possession of world-shattering power. Yeah, we're totally cooked. Dainsleif claims that none of the sinners stood up to protect Conria during the Cataclysm, and for that, he seeks vengeance on all of them, even if they might be his family. Dainsleif plus the 5 sinners equals 6, and this reminds me of my favorite book in the entire series, The Pale Princess and the 6 Pygmies. It's actually one of the first books you encounter in the beginning of the game, thanks to Lisa's story quest. An Abyss Mage alleges that this book has a secret important to the Abyss Order, and we can also assume this book is related to Conria since many, but not all, Conrians ended up in the Abyss Order. The Order was legit founded by a Conrian. Only Volume 1 out of 7 is officially in the game, unfortunately, but what's interesting is the descriptions of Volumes 5 and 6. The 6 Pygmies' sinister...
That's interesting that we only have one of the volumes. I wonder if we'll get them at some point.
Their scheme starts to unfold, and how the 6 Pygmies managed to implement their nefarious plot is definitely reminiscent of how the 5 sinners divided among themselves a power that could destroy the world. Keep in mind that this book is so important that Lisa makes us the permanent custodian of this book in an attempt to keep its contents safe from the Abyss Order's reach. But Before we dive too deep into theories about the five sinners, we need to first cover what we know about each
Yeah.
member. In today's video, we're going
Yeah,
to go through the lore
what
of
do we
each
know
of the
for
five
sure?
sinners, and I'll explain everything we know about them so far in the current lore, as well as some speculations as to who some of them might be. I'm your leafy lore Shira Minsliff, and I read the Genshin Impact lore so that you don't have to. Did you know Klee's mother Alice has been trying to make a Genshin girl group? She tried recruiting Barbara and Ayaka into her Teyvat Idols group. Just because Alice's idol group isn't working out too well doesn't mean yours can't. If you've always wanted to be the next pop idol, well, today's your lucky day. This video is
Okay, once again, I'm skipping past the sponsorship. Get your bag, but that's not what I'm not being paid for this.
Now on to the video. There will be some speculations regarding this topic since there are two members in this quintet that we know actually nothing about. The five sinners might be the sages mentioned in the Pale Flame artifact set. Just in case you didn't know, every piece of the Pale Flame set has lore about some of the Fatui Harbingers. Stainless Bloom is about La Senora, bless her soul. Doctor's Pinion, Il Dottore, Moment of Cessation, Pantalone, Surpassing Cup, Scaramouche, and the Mocking Mask is about Piero.
No, the Pale Flame artifact set is really interesting. If Minsliff doesn't read all of it, I'm gonna pull up the lore for
Piero
it.
was once a mage in Conria who failed to gain favor with the ruler at that time, likely King Irmin. Due to being less capable than the country's sages, he could not stop them from doing something that tore away the veil of sin, an act which would later bring destruction to Conria. This probably implies that Piero is not one of the five sinners since these sages outclassed him and the sinners were the best at their crafts. One hint that might support this theory of the five sinners being these sages is found in the names of one of them. Roptatyr the Wise is the first of the five sinners that we'll cover, and Roptatyr is one of the names of the Norse god Odin. It translates to sage in the collection of Norse poems, the Poetic Edda. There's something interesting to note here though. Let's go back to the Mocking Mask artifact for a sec. In the English translation, it says this: "Since my level of learning could not compare with the sages, I failed to earn the favor of the previous ruler." However, according to Winveli Quark, in the Chinese translation, sages is not plural. Instead, it seems to indicate that there aren't multiple sages, but only one. The sage thinks themselves to be all-knowing, gender neutral, and since my level of learning could not compare with the sage, with Roptatyr meaning sage and the name being one of the many names for Odin in Norse mythology, and with Irmin's many parallels to Odin as well, it's possible Roptatyr is the sage that works the closest to King Irmin. With a name like that, Roptatyr could even possibly be the leader of the five sinners. There's another sinner who has some pretty close ties with Odin as well, and that is Reirir, Reihja Solnari. Reirir is also the sinner we know the least about. In Norse mythology, Reirir is Odin's grandson who seeks to avenge the death of his murdered father, Sigi. In fact, Reirir's bloodline is full of stories that involve avenging someone's death. Just as Reirir avenges his father Sigi's death, his own son Volsung ends up avenging his death in the future. This whole theme of avenging has very much inspired his title as the Reihja of Solnari, since the word Reihja in German means avenger. So his title means Avenger of Solnari. The etymology of Solnari is ambiguous, and as far as we know, it's the first time it's been mentioned. The Chinese translation of Reirir's title is the one who hunts the moon. The implications of this are wild. The prophecy
Going off what we just covered with all the No Cry lore, right here maybe like the one who hunts the moon, so that could either be right here is hunting like the Frost Moon Scions, or right here is hunting the god they worship. Or both. It could be both.
from Dainsleif's character introduction states that Chalk pursues gold, a reference to Albedo and his master Reindotir, and then it says, in this time inopportune, the eclipse is swallowed by the Crimson Moon. Conria had two ruling dynasties that we know of so far, the Crimson Moon Dynasty and the most recent one, the Eclipse Dynasty. This prophecy implies that the Eclipse Dynasty, or what's left of it, might be completely overtaken by the Crimson Moon. Or maybe this already happened? So either Rerir is hunting survivors of the Crimson Moon Dynasty, or he's hunting gods. The most notable moon
Ooh.
gods are the 3 moon goddesses. I have a video which goes more in depth with their story and possible identities because it's a lot to cover, but basically, if you don't have the time to watch that, the 3 moon goddesses might have been the goddesses that ruled over the Seelie race. You know, before they turned into the little wispy forms we see today. The moon
Yeah.
goddesses are currently missing, and all we know is that at least one of them is already dead. Speaking of someone Dainsleif probably wants dead, on to the next sinner, Vedrfolnir the Visionary. Now this one's gonna be a fun one because Dainsleif just randomly drops that Vedrfolnir is his older
Yeah.
brother. Kind of out of nowhere. Apparently I have a brother-in-law. When Dainsleif was announced playable during a Bilibili livestream on September 27, 2020, his character introduction came with a prophecy. A self-proclaimed prophet tells him, Dane, what is that strand of blonde hair to you? Someone you must kill, or the object of your penitence? Judging by a strand of blonde hair and someone you must kill, this prophecy probably indicates his motive for vengeance against the 5 sinners, including his older brother. The Chinese translation of Dainsleif's prophecy is more accurately translated as the elder one and the younger one of the same blood will fight each
Ooh.
other. This prophecy probably predicts Dainsleif's and Vedrfolnir's rivalry, as well as the travelers' possible future battle with their own sibling, since Aether
Oh.
is canonically the older sibling. In
Oh. I wonder if it's gonna turn out that Dainsleif and Vedrfolnir's relationship is going to be a parallel to Aether and Lumine's. Because, like, whoa. Actually, now that I've spoken it into existence, I'm connecting some things in my head. So, if speculation is right, and Dainsleif was also part of the sinners before they were corrupted by the abyssal power, and Dane wasn't. So Dainsleif and his brother worked together, just like how Aether and Lumine traveled together from universe to universe. They got separated at around the same time as the Cataclysm, and now are essentially on opposite sides. They have a rivalry against each other. They're fighting each other. Wonder if that is going to. I'm curious how their relationship will end. Will Dane kill his brother? Will Vedrfolnir kill Dane? Will they reconcile? And I wonder how that will play out with how that would reflect on Aether and Lumine's relationship. Will Aether and Lumine be able to be better than Dane and Vedrfolnir and reconcile and work together? Or are we going to mirror them exactly and have to kill our sibling? I kind of hope it's the latter, because that would just be insane.
fact, this prophecy itself may have also come from Vedrfolnir. Vedrfolnir was revealed to be the sinner whose voice we heard from the crystal in the first Karabar Archon quest. His influence inspired Clothar Alberic to form the Abyss Order. But how did this happen? During the Karabar Archon quest, Traveler experienced a sibling's memory from 500 years ago. Clothar and the sibling followed Hilichurls into a mysterious sanctuary, and there they saw a purple crystal suspended by 6 chains. 6 chains for the 5 sinners and Dainsleif, with Hilichurls bowing towards it. Clothar is later seen praying to the crystal, and this pose is very reminiscent of the prayer pose in the artifact screen. According to a
Yeah.
developer's Q&A in the Pash magazine, developers state that there needs to be a prayer ceremony in order to receive an artifact's blessing and protection. This pose also reminds Traveler of the dead thief in front of the upside-down statue back in the We Will Be Reunited Archon quest.
This scene with the dead thief and the upside down statue, I think, is still one of the most disturbing bits of
Perhaps abyssal artifacts also
Genshin's
require prayer to
story.
abyssal beings in order to activate their powers as well. After Clothar's prayer, the crystal or Vedrfolnir imbues him with abyssal power. With this power, he's able to restore Karabar's sentience and speech. In this same quest, Dainsleif mentions that he, meaning Vedrfolnir, saw Traveler experiencing their siblings' memories. Just think about that. As Traveler was experiencing their siblings' memories, Vedrfolnir saw Traveler through these memories, which means that he can give people abyssal power and he can traverse through memories. According to
Oh.
Dainsleif, whatever he said to our sibling may have encouraged them to join the Abyss Order as well. But what was he even saying?
You are like a flower, born in sin, yet pure, spotless. I know your fate well. You need no longer hold back your resentment, nor accept the countless lies.
Hmm.
Go forth, become a transcendent one. Rise beyond the fate bestowed upon you. And I shall shed a tear at the end of time, as I gaze back upon your life.
Remember, the five sinners could not resist the call of the abyss, and they divided among themselves a power that could destroy the world. With that power, they became transcendent beings. If I had to guess, becoming transcendent beings probably has something to do with becoming someone akin to a descender. We know our sibling
Mhm.
is not a descender. They don't have the will to defy the rules of Tevat. So in a sense, Vedrfolnir is calling our sibling to rise beyond the fate bestowed upon them. There's something interesting to note here. Vedrfolnir says he knows our sibling's fate well, the same fate that Nahida said was being obfuscated or made ambiguous in the Irminsul tree. This means Vedrfolnir has
Oh, wow. Oh, okay. I apologize for not responding to chat for a minute. My I literally just could not see it. I don't know why it keeps why this is the second time it stopped giving me updates for chat. That's so weird. I am also still here for Toxic, Abyss Aether, and Zhao. Always here for that. Uh for the Allies constellation one, you can't. You literally cannot get her constellations. Like her constellations have descriptions, but you literally cannot obtain them in any way right now.
exclusive access to parts of the Irminsul tree that Nahida doesn't have, or he has access to information outside of the Irminsul tree. His connection to the Irminsul tree is probably inspired by his Norse mythology namesake. Vedrfolnir is a hawk that sits between the eyes of an unnamed eagle atop the Norse world tree Yggdrasil. His title is the Visionary, and according to Mona, a visionary is a powerful prophet who is able to read the fortune or essentially fate of the whole world. Only few visionaries are
Mhm.
known to exist aside from Vedrfolnir. Mona's master Barbaloth and a few unnamed witches from the Hexen Circle are the only ones we know of. It's heavily implied that Vedrfolnir is the
Because Aloy's like a half-baked character. I don't I don't know if they intend to ever have a way for people to get her constellations or if they have just or if they're just pretending they never created her as a character.
one who divined the prophecy of Fontaine. Now, this doesn't mean that he caused everything in Fontaine to happen. No, it just means he saw that it was going to happen. According to the prophecy, all the inhabitants of Fontaine are born with sin that would later be punished by death, leaving only the Hydra Archon weeping on her throne. The only thing not shown in this prophecy is the appearance of the all-devouring narwhal, whose power caused the flood in Fontaine.
Uh Aloy is just a half-baked character in Genshin. I at least think. I've never played any of the Horizon games, so I can't actually speak on her as a character in them. I think she's from the Horizon games. This is how little I know about any of that. Uh, so I don't know how she is as a character in those, but in Genshin, her kit is like fairly half baked.
Vedrfolnir predicted the prophecy of Fontaine, and Sirtologi's pet whale, the all-devouring narwhal, decided to interfere. The five sinners definitely
Yeah.
were trying to accomplish something during the Fontaine Archon quests, but we don't know what it is yet. But who's Sirtologi, you may ask? Sirtologi the Foul is a sinner who was first mentioned at the end of the Fontaine Archon quests. He is Skirk's master, and Skirk is Child's master. Foul Legacy is the name of Child and Skirk's fighting style, and Skirk originally learned it from Sirtologi. Skirk actually says something
Mhm.
really funny about him. She says her master is insufficiently famous when Neuvillette is unfamiliar with his name. He should be more famous, and apparently, he's not. He's irrelevant. Anyways, in Norse mythology, Surtur is the fearsome giant who rules over Muspelheim, the realm of fire and volcanoes. Oh please, I hope it means we get to meet him in that land.
If only.
Muspelheim is located to Niflheim, the realm of ice, and its heat melted the icy plains on its borders, and the resulting body of water became a primordial pool of life. Which is so cool how it plays out in the Fontaine Archon quests. Sirtalogi's whale was devouring the primordial sea, and the primordial sea is what the previous Hydro Archon Nigeria used to create oceanid human life forms. The name Sirtalogi is Surtur's sword, and it was said to be so hot that it can set the entire world aflame.
No, no. Yeah, Skirk throwing child through the rift. I don't know why my brain didn't like that sentence. It's so much like who's the sassy lost child? If only Natlin could have been good.
Surtur plays a massive role in Ragnarok, the end of the world. He and Dainsleif share a similarity in which both their names are based off legendary Norse weapons. Sirtalogi's pet whale is the abyssal, all-devouring narwhal from the Fontaine Archon quests. When Child was 14 years old, he fell into the abyss and awakened the narwhal. This encounter would later inspire him to make the whale construct you see during his boss battle. It's likely that the narwhal followed Child back to Tevat after waking up and started consuming energy from the primordial sea in Fontaine. In terms of power scaling, Sirtalogi most likely has a transformation like Foul Legacy. As one of the 5 sinners, he's definitely
Dude, that would be so cool. I hope we get playable versions of the
the best
Sinners.
at what he does, but we don't even know what he
Horrible
does
idea.
yet
That was
without
story
getting into
rewrite. Part of me would not complain if Genshin went and redid all of Natlin's story. Part of me would not complain.
too much theory territory. All we know is yes, he's strong, probably has a magical girl transformation, and he owns a pet whale. Where did Sirtalogi even get an abyssal whale pet? Did someone create it for him?
Yeah, no, like that is a good question of where did Sotology get this creature? Did he just pick it up? Did 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 Gold make it for him?
It's not
Did it just
confirmed
spawn?
that this particular person created the abyssal whale for Sirtalogi, but I think it's time to segue to our final.
Oh. I could try to do a Natlin story rewrite. I kind of want to try that now. I might try that.
Sinner. Reindatir or Gold is a sinner we have the most information on, and she is one of the most famous characters in the story so far. The art of
Mhm.
chemia is a form of alchemy that was developed and primarily used in Conria. Conria was an underground nation with little nature, so the art of chemia focuses on the creation of life. Chemia, the
Mhm.
creation of life, was considered the apex achievement of alchemy, and currently the only known person in Genshin to have successfully mastered the art of chemia is Reindatir. Reindatir is notorious for her role in the Cataclysm. However, the details of her involvement in this great disaster are unclear, since Genshin actually gives us contradicting information. The most popular belief in the world is that Reindatir's creations traveled to Tevat first, causing Celestia and the Archons to react, and this act led to Conria's punishment and ultimate destruction. Contradictory to this account, the chunk of Erosiderite claims that when Conria was destroyed, a great sinner created endless monsters with dark alien blood flowing through their veins. This means Reindatir set her monstrous creations on Tevat after Conria was destroyed. So in one account, Reindatir started the Cataclysm, and in the other account, she had a reaction to Conria's destruction. Let's go over some of her notable creations. Durin was an abyssal dragon who, during the Cataclysm, invaded Mondstadt and was slain by Dvalin and the Animo Archon. His death was actually super sad. Durin was born with a gentle heart and dreamed of befriending the people of Mondstadt. According to the lore of the Dragonspine Spear, he was apparently unconscious during his destruction of Mondstadt. It almost seems like his perception of reality was completely altered, or he was mind-controlled, since he mistook his rampage as singing and dancing with Dvalin, Barbados, and the people of Mondstadt. It says when he opened his eyes, he was surprised to find Dvalin's teeth piercing through his neck. Dvalin's bite would kill Durin, but even in death, Durin harbored no hatred towards anybody. Durin's body is the massive skeletal remains you can find in Dragonspine. You can still see his heart beating. Another creation who faces
And now he's been revived as baby Durin.
similar fate to Durin is Elenas, whose body you can find in Fontaine. The Ancient Colors world quest heavily implies that Elenas' creator and mother is Reindotir. It's through Elenas that we're able to get a rough idea of how Reindotir brings her creations to life.
Gold was good at creating the thing. She seemed to very struggle with making the thing, like, actually have a consciousness.
According to him, he was originally an unknown form who floated in the abyss. Mother would later give him life and a strong, healthy body. He had elder siblings who treated him well and many younger ones that came along, meaning Reindotir probably has many more creations during the Cataclysm that we're unaware of. Elenas also seemed to have a skewed sense of reality, or was at least exhibiting a similar kind of mind control that Durin experienced.
I do think I
After
prefer baby
realizing that
Durin
his
over mini
existence brought
Durin, but I
destruction,
do think I
Elenas
use them fairly
actually wanted to
interchangeably.
die. He was chased by the Fontaine Armada and would later die when Basil Elton ship, the Sponsian, lunged itself into his body. About 100 years later, Elenas' remains and consciousness play a major role in the Nazistenkreuz world quests. An explosion would occur inside his remains during a fight between Marianne, Seymour, and the Nazistenkreuz Ordo. The wounds and broken flesh from his body resulted in the Melusine being born. In the present, Jacob Ingold restarts Elenas' heart to revive him, but this process is stopped by Traveler. It was Elenas' wish to stay dead, since his body is now home to his beloved Melusine, but he does still dream of one day returning to life to explore the world without causing destruction. On to her next creation, the Rift Wolves. The Rift Wolves were rampant during the Cataclysm, and according to Raiden's Story Quest Act 2, they were often advanced guards of even bigger abyssal creatures. Some examples of these other abyssal creatures are the dark bats and the giant tortoise from the Fading Twilight Bow, and the tiger serpent creature from the Mask of the Kijin. Keep in mind that we don't have confirmation yet if these creatures I just mentioned were some of Durin and Elenas' many siblings who were planned, or if they were accidental creations like the Golden Wolf Lord. But you know who else was planned? Albedo, specifically Primordial Albedo. This is actually one of my gripes with Genshin, actually. It's the fact that a lot of people don't have access to the older events because the lore in them was
Yeah, no, the fact that, like, we literally don't have, like, people can't go back and play, like, the Dragonspine events is such an odd choice. Yeah, I did realize that I was muted for a second there. I muted to cough, but then I apparently forgot to unmute myself. I'll fix now, though. I have to get better at not doing that. But it is really weird that like I've never played any of the Dragonspine events because I just quite literally was not playing Genshin back then. I only know about them through watching other people play them. So it is add quest replay. Add it.
super juicy. Unless you've read a lot of lore sources, some of you probably don't know that Albedo has a twin brother. Presumably before the Cataclysm, Reindotir worked on what she called the Primordial Human Project, which was her attempt at creating humans through alchemy. Humans instead of her typical abyssal cuddlies. One such attempt was Primordial Albedo, which she deemed a failure and was fed to Durin. Ew. Although Durin and Elenas have fond memories of her, Albedo and Primordial Albedo
Yeah, no, I really like that Honkai Star Rail has event art, like it archives the events, and I believe Zenless Zone Zero does completely archive all the events as well, or it just archives some of the events. I can't 100% remember right now. It's been a minute since I played Zenless. But it's so weird that it's only Genshin that doesn't have this feature.
Don't. They knew her to be a cold, distant person. Durin's blood has some insane properties, by the way. Her creations are described as having toxic and corrosive blood imbued with the power of the abyss. This is just my theory,
Yeah.
but this blood could be alkahest, which is the ascension material for the Cinnabar Spindle, one of Albedo's best in slot weapons. Alkahest is described as a deadly corrosive alien poison with the ability to change matter. This adds up since Durin's blood was able to corrupt Dvalin in the Mondstadt Archon quests. Jacob Ingold drank LNS's blood to transform into Iniquitous Baptist. LNS's body created the Melozane. Primordial Albedo used Durin's blood to create the Fellflower, and Durin's blood might be what revived Joel's missing father in Dragonspine. Many years after Durin's death, Primordial Albedo would escape Durin's body and stalk the real Albedo in an attempt to someday replace him. You can
Yeah.
distinguish both Albedos by looking for the Primogem mark on the real Albedo's neck. The real Albedo was created after the Cataclysm. Reine de Tyr made a breakthrough in her primordial human project and successfully created the perfect Albedo, which she classified as Cretaceous, meaning chalk. Albedo is actually the name of one of the 4 major stages of the magnum opus, the alchemical process of creating the Philosopher's Stone. The stages are Nigredo, Albedo, Citrinidas, and Rubedo. We've established that Durin and Elenas both experienced some form of hypnosis during their destruction of Teyvat, but it's unclear if it was done under Reine de Tyr's influence or if it was the call of the Abyss.
I feel like the likely one is probably. Yeah, a lot of the lore being hidden within weapons is odd. Though the oddest thing is most of it isn't gotcha weapons. There is like lore in all of the weapons, but the bulk of the lore is hidden in event weapons, which again you cannot get unless you played the events when they first happened. So it is odd.
Meaning it was out of Reine de Tyr's control. In fact, Albedo expresses some concern regarding a reality in which he might lose control.
If one day I lose control, destroy Mondstadt, destroy everything, can I rely on you to stop me?
This is scary considering her creations were powerful, near godlike beings. Constipated, consecrated beasts are wildlife that have grown larger and stronger due to feeding on the remains of gods or godlike beings. You can find them in places where you'd find Waynute, and you can find one eating the remains of Otobashi, Watatsumi Island's ex-god. You can find a
Yeah.
couple around LNS's body in Fontaine. At some undetermined point in time, Reine de Tyr joined the Hexen Circle, a coven of powerful witches who conduct Irminsul exploration. Before pointing Albedo towards the care of fellow witch and Klee's mother Alice in Mondstadt, Reine de Tyr and Albedo go on their final expedition. But one day, deep in the heart of a dungeon, master and apprentice discovered an artifact known as the Heart of Nibirius. Reine de Tyr instructs Albedo to go to Mondstadt to look for Alice. She leaves him with the last extant manuscripts of the Opus Magnum, which is totally a reference to the Magnum Opus. This means at some point Reine de Tyr had the goal of creating the Philosopher's Stone, an alchemical substance said to have the power of immortality, turn stones into gold, cure all diseases, all the
Yeah.
good stuff. In real-life
All the
alchemy,
good
the
stuff.
Philosopher's Stone was considered perfection at its finest, divine illumination and heavenly bliss. This might be the perfection that Skirk insinuates Reine de Tyr is looking for. Just to throw it out there, since the words Opus Magnum are flipped in Genshin, does that mean the Philosopher's Stone does the opposite? It's just something to think about.
Ooh.
But what
That would be interesting that whereas the actual idea of the Philosopher's Stone is immortality, curing all diseases, endless wealth, or, well, not endless wealth, but turning everything into gold, that an opus magnum would be something that could instantly kill people, spread unthinkable diseases throughout the land, and oh God, what would the opposite of turning items into gold be? I don't know what the
What
opposite
was
of that
that
would be.
artifact that Reine de Tyr and Albedo found? What is the Heart of Nibirius? The heart of Nibirius in Chinese is written the same way that a gnosis is written. Although we haven't seen this object yet or gotten any explanation for it, I think I found out what it is.
Oh no! Oh, we got to be continued. Okay. Okay. So, before we continue on, we need to make a decision. So it took us over an hour to get through 30 minutes of, or I guess 40 minutes, about 40 minutes of videos. I have two more prepared. I have one that's 25 minutes long about a theory on why Dottore was burning down Irminsul, and one that is talking about another book, and that one's nearly 40 minutes. Wow. Do we want to watch these last two videos and then not play Secret of the Mimic today? Probably not get back to Secret of the Mimic till Thursday? Or should we just play Secret of the Mimic? Cause I don't it's almost 5 o'clock. I usually have like the problem I'm running into with streaming is I have to get off to have dinner. I usually have dinner around like 6:30ish, so I have like an hour and a half left to stream, which would not be enough time to finish these videos and then still play Secret of the Mimic. It might not even be enough time to finish both videos because of how much I'm talking. Which like that I'm not gonna like stop talking during the videos because like that's what a reaction is. We should be actually like discussing these things. So do we want to play Secret of the Mimic and not react to these last two videos, or react to these last two videos and not play Secret of the Mimic? I think I can finish Secret of the Mimic. I'm almost at the end, I believe. I just have like based off of the walkthrough, like I didn't look at the walkthrough, I just looked at the time left on the walkthrough. I had like 25 minutes left on it, which that with however long, like adding on top of that, me not being the best at video games, as we've learned these past few days, it's probably about an hour. So, all right, mimic it is. Let's mimic it up. All right, give me 1 minute. I have to pull up the game. And then like if we finish Secret of the Mimic quickly, we can watch that 25-minute long video then. It's just slightly different order of operations here. Also, I can open chat now. I can make sure chat's up now. Here. We're gonna mimic. We're secret in this mimic. Then chat and there we go. All right. Let's see if we can finally figure out this mimic secret. Surely we must learn the secret of this mimic today. That's right. We ended yesterday with stealth, didn't we? We're opening right into stealth. Great. The thing I'm clearly best at if you've watched my playthroughs of this game. Clearly my strong suit is stealth. Okay. God, and my thing is already lagging. Okay, hold on. Oh, we need the DLC to learn the Mimic secret. All right. I'm turning my model off for Secret of the Mimic. Oh, it'll never work, will it? Apparently my model is too strong for Secret of the Mimic to handle. Okay. Where's our silly friend? My model is simply too incredible. You did not see me. You frankly did not see me. Oh, you twitchy bastard. Oh, hi, silly friend. Okay, so he needs to pass me again before I can get to the next locker. I like that the Mimic has completely chosen the Chica costume. Okay, so you definitely saw me that time. I don't know why you're pretending like you didn't. His vision seems so, like, dependent on if he feels like it or not. Because there's times where I swear he watches me get in the lockers, but then doesn't find me. But there's other times that he doesn't watch me get in the lockers and still finds me. I want the lore. Give me the mail. Why does the lore have to make noise when you get it? That's not fair. That's right, the Mimic does not have object permanence. You're also just the worst. Worst, Mr. Cupcake. You're just the worst. Okay, so how do I get past you and not get my shit rocked? Okay, so we need a code, which I'm sure will be completely easy and simple to find. And completely unrelated, on a completely unrelated note, though, perhaps we should make sure we have a walkthrough on hand. For no reason at all. It's not because the codes in this game are near impossible to find. Throw a rock at it would be a great idea. So I think the way to avoid the cupcakes is literally just stand as far away from them as possible. Okay, you certainly saw me. Mimic, you should get your object permanence checked out. Shit. Thank you for getting the code on standby. Oh my god, we got a safety room. Oh, I love the rooms. Also, we can look at our lore now. We got letters. Okay, waste of money. None of this makes sense. Mr. Murray told us to trash all the old equipment in the wood shop. Then Stevenson gets a purchase order for the exact same stuff. We're throwing out and told to install it upstairs. The old stuff is all perfectly functional. It's a waste of money. So Stevenson asks him about it and gets fired. He has to be out by the end of the day. My advice is to keep your mouth shut. Don't even think about it. Just clear out the tunnels. So Edwin was shit at running a company? Admin December 1st, 8 a.m. Attention, we're going to need everyone to come in this weekend. This is not optional. The party is on Saturday in the admin conference room 1. Don't tell David, it's a surprise. EM. Admin December 1st, 12:30 p.m. Obviously, we'll have to move Beth's party to the break room in the main hallway. Mr. Murray has given me permission to change the code to 49762. Milton. Okay, yes or no, is 49762 the code? Wait, what about Bev's birthday party? That was supposed to be this Saturday. She turned 50 yesterday, and you're only 51. To all employees, Mr. Murray has taken over conference room 1 for the surprise birthday party for his son. The old key code will not work anymore, so please stop trying 53782. It's getting annoying. Milton. We are in... I don't know what room we're in. Hold on, let me check. We're in the admin wing. To all admin staff members, Mr. Murray's party has been canceled due to the recent tragic events. Please do not enter the conference room until further notice. Milton. Okay, 49762. 49762. 49762. 49762. 49762. Okay. Thank you for doing this, because I know entering the wrong code makes noise, and I do not want to deal with that. Shit. You can't get me, the door is locked. Ha 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 ha, you can't use the door. Can't get me. You didn't see me. Cool, okay. So there is an area further back that way that I'm gonna try. Eat my ass! You can try to kill me. I'm in a locker. Do not give me the code yet. I'm going to keep looking. Fuck. Alright. Yeah, I was just bad there. I should have paid better attention to where he was. I don't need to get the mail now this time, though. Because I already read it all. Keep moving. Keep moving, you big chicken. So we're back in this situation again, Mr. Cupcake. You can't get me, you can't get me, na 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 na. This would be a really bad time for him to suddenly be able to see me in the locker. Na 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 na, you can't get me, you can't get me, na 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 na. He heard me talking shit. He's literally right next to the locker. Oh no, he's not. Fuck, I could have gone there. Okay. That's a great way for the game to glitch. Keep skating, chicken fuck. No. Hi, you chicken fuck. Oh, don't go that way. That's the way I need to go. Fuck. Shouldn't have tried to go. That was my mistake. My bad. I'm not bullying Chica. I love Chica. I'm bullying the Mimic. Mm. Keep skating, bitch. I wonder if the reason why the Mimic keeps getting me when I'm in the hiding spots, even though he hasn't seen me, is because the game brings him to whatever spot you're at when you trigger the whatever calls him to you. So by the cupcakes going off as I'm clicking the locker, the game is registering that it should send the Mimic to the locker, which then causes me to get caught. I'd have to check if every time I've been caught in a locker is because it gets triggered when I'm clicking the locker. Like if I get caught now, then my assumption might be wrong, but if he leaves, then I might be correct. Arnold, move it any faster. Arnold, walk any amount faster. You can't see me, you can't see me, na 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 na. Okay, so this time we wait for him to turn around. What triggers the cupcakes is motion, I think. So I literally just have to like walk as far away from them as possible to not trigger them. Okay, so this time we let him we let him get back out there. Go on. Go on. I find it interesting that Chica's bib says party time, because doesn't FNAF 1 Chica's bib say let's eat? And it's party time for Toy Chica? Oh shit, I didn't see that one there. Whoa. Keep going. Alright, hit me with the code. I'm I'm ready. I'm ready to just get the code and move on. I want to get to this part of the. I want to get past this stealth section because this this is admittedly not that entertaining to watch. I imagine. Skate past me. Hey, Mr. Cupcake. 01350. 01350. Okay, thank you. Come on, Chica, skate on past. 01350. 01350. 01350. 01350. 01350. 01350. 01350. 01350. 01350. Yeah, no, I've got 0. I think I was on the right track to get it, the direction I was going before I got jump scared. It's just I kept getting jump scared, and like if I was playing through this on my own, I would keep going until I get it. But since I'm streaming it, I want this to be interesting. 01350. Oh, thank goodness. Ba-da-da, ba-da-da. Find the party room. Oh, you're just the worst. I don't want you. Wait. Wait. Was this optional? So I think this room was optional. And I do have to go the way that I kept getting jump scared. But not for a code. To progress the story. No, there's literally... We're looking for blueprints. The blueprints are a little usually more obvious than just like grab the book. So I think this is just an optional room to find like the Mr. Cupcake toy and see the party room that was for David's birthday. Jesus Christ! Oh, okay, that one got me because I didn't know he was there. Alright, now we know where to go though. I was on the right track. I wish there was any amount of, like, obviousness to... Again, I wish there was a little more direction in this game. I wish I could tell which doors were the secret doors and which doors were the important doors. Come on, skate on by. Skate on by, buddy. Come on, skate past. Don't look at me like that. Alright, where are you, buddy? Alright, we're almost there. No, don't go that way. You should go that way. Oh, fucking run. Hi, buddy. You didn't see me. Oh, me. Quickly, quickly, open the door. Oh, we made it. Oh, we made it. Oh, we made it. Finance. Hi, buddy. Hi, buddy. Hi. Wait, how do I pet you? How did I pet you last time? There we go. Hi, buddy. Oh, oh, that was stressful. Ooh, lore. Oh, we made it. Oh, we can't get through to here because... Hi, Miss Helpful.
Welcome, creators. We're now taking suggestions for original ideas and characters. Let us help make your dreams come true. Place your submissions in the idea box. There's no bad ideas. Express yourself. Please ignore our previous request. There are bad ideas. Very bad ideas.
Oh my.
All ideas are worth sharing or even thinking.
Oh my, what did someone suggest?
We're no longer taking creative submissions. Thank you and have a wonderific day. Hello, admins. Let us know if there's anything we can do to make your workday more pleasant, aside from Windows.
No, I was
promises to add Windows very soon.
I was looking around for a submissions box to see if it was just a shredder.
Is locked down. He's been up in his office working on it all week. So anything other than Windows, let us know, and we'll get on it right away. Have a wonderific day.
Okay. Whoa. Well, hi, Chica. Party in a box. Is it just... I'm not falling for that. Hey, play. Oh. Okay, I guess we're going in the dark and creepy vent. Oh, wait. How is What-A-Bear used in other places? Because every time, because for my family, What-A-Bear is always like, whenever someone asks what's a What-A-Bear, you respond with like something funny. I didn't realize that was just a my family type thing. Okay, go to the high track. Now go to the middle track. And then low track. There we go. No, fuck. Oh. Okay. Go to the high track. Oh, I messed up. Fuck. There we go. Ooh, we are now in, executive. Ooh, and we got mail, so we can look at it. Let's look at our mail. Okay, please advise. Dear Mr. Murray, the returns are overflowing, the orders are drying up. Please advise. Staff contracts. We are almost there. I need the rest of the Murray staff contact info. Sooner the better. You get that for me, and I can sweeten the deal. How would you like to manage one of the new franchise locations? Signed, W.A. Huh. I wonder whose last name is W.A. I wonder. Well, up the scary stairs. Ooh. Oh my god. Whoa, is this a personal attack against me? They mounted a unicorn on the wall? That's rude. Oh, 5, 7, 5. Oh, 5. Oh, I don't think this is a code. It's just a bunch of numbers. Boring, but okay. More mail. We just gotta let her. We just gotta let her. We just gotta let her. Oh, and we got some more lore.
I figured it out. There's a leak.
Oh, I can stand on the chair.
M2. Well, they can't have it. Every copy has failed. I don't even know why it worked the first time.
I have not heard of the movie Death of a Unicorn.
It's just not ready.
Hmm. Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, this is... Okay. Okay, hold on. This is binary. Hold on. Let me find a binary translator. It's really bad and really fun. Oh, I love movies that are so bad they're fun. Okay. Let's try this binary. 0 1 1 0 1 0 0 0 space 0 1 1 1 0 1 0 1 space 0 1 1 1 0 0 1 0 space 0 1 1 1 0 1 0 0. So this first string of binary is hurt. And the second string of binary, the second string is 01010011 space 01000000. Wait, how many zeros is that? 1, 3, 5, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 space 01000100. So hurt and sad. Hurt and sad. Oh wait, I didn't even read those. Okay, so hurt is Edwin, please talk to me. We need to stop it together. Here are the blueprints for a cradle. It can keep David safe and provide boundaries. It's a type of computer, and it's bigger than anything you've done before. If you won't finish the program, consider building the cradle. It will keep people safe. I wonder if the cradle is Nexus. Edwin, are we losing our home? I don't understand. Wasn't I good enough? Huh. Interesting. Oh, and here's a picture of presumably Fiona. Greetings, Mr. Murray. How can I help you today? Oh no. Surveillance room. Access finance logs. Balance 500, invoice 900, owed balance -800, revenue negative 500 or 5,000. Sorry. Oof. All right. Access surveillance room. Huh. I wonder what a surveillance room in FNAF means. Oh, great. Experiment storage number 2. All classified documents are property of MCM. Access mimic blueprints. Shit. Okay. Oh. Yeah, no, this all... It's so confusing to me because this all feels so FNAF 4. Right? Edwin feels so similar to William and Henry.
Have become more frequent. Please use extreme caution when venturing down into the tunnels.
Great. Oh, elevators. My favorite part of this game. The Society of Elevators. Okay. Are we gonna go down to... Okay, wait. Is it going to... Edwin does talk like Joey Drew. I didn't bring that up, but Edwin feels very Joey Drew to me.
Stop. You're not him. You're not. Stop sounding like him.
Oh, wow. So that's Edwin beating the shit out of the mimic. It's... Okay, so if how this is gonna work is gonna be, we're gonna go down and we're gonna see the room the mimic was held in, and we're gonna trap the mimic in that room. And that's like how Cassie, and that links to like when Cassie frees him and like that area. Which means that the pizzeria from FNAF 6 was built on top of Murray Costume Manor, And then the Pizzaplex is built on top of that, which is ridiculously convoluted. Locators. Can someone please mark where we're supposed to go down there? Bob went down there and I haven't seen him in days. Great. Because I'm incredible at mazes. Hi, buddy. How do I pet you? I'm still not clear on where I have to click to pet you. Great. Hi, Tiger Rock. What you doing, buddy? Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Oh. Hi, Tiger Rock. Shit, shit, shit. Do I have to go to it? This is the worst. Fucking run faster. We're being trailed by... So there's two mimics. Well, there's at least two mimics. There's Mimic 1, M1, and there's Mimic 2, M2. So I don't know if this mimic is the same mimic as the mimic that was in the Chica suit, or if this is a different mimic. But this is Tiger Rock, which is the mimic's favorite, like, disguise to wear in the books. And it's also, it's also one of one of David's plushies. And I think it only attacks us in the dark. You know, I've decided, just for my own sanity... Oh, not gameplay. I think I hate it. Me too. It's terrifying. I hate flashy light. Brightness setup. Just for my own well-being, I'm turning the brightness up. I had the brightness set to a cool 69. Hi, Tiger Rock. Hi, Tiger Rock. I think I just went back to the beginning. Okay, I don't know what I thought would happen if I walked up to it. Hi, Mimic. I supposed to go? Oh, this is so stressful. Where am I supposed to go? Where am I supposed to go? Oh, great. Oh, this is wonderful. Hi. Also, this section reminds me way too much of the Dark Rooms minigame from Help Wanted VR, which is in fact the scariest game scariest thing any FNAF game has ever done. So I hate it. Great. Hi, Tiger Rock. This is the worst, by the way, if you were wondering. Just in case you were curious, this is in fact the worst. Okay, we auto saved right here. And thank goodness it did, because I'm apparently stupid. Where was I supposed to go? Thank goodness for autosaves. Where is it, that light that's super far away? Okay, cool. I'm going this way again. Holy shit. Oh, that costume jump scared me. These arrows are so difficult to see. Oh, thank goodness. None of this is worth $25. It's not even a good gift card. It's only $25. This was $79. I still don't think it's worth it. Great. We're in an elevator again. I'm sure nothing bad will happen in this elevator. Nothing bad ever happens in the elevator.
You found the schematics. Great. Get back to the security office right away. Time to wrap things up.
This is disturbing. Yeah, I want to go back to the security office. I like the security office. I'm safe in the security office. Tony, I missed you. Okay. Give me 5 seconds. I have to run to use the bathroom real quick, and then we're gonna finish this. I've returned. All right, let's talk to Tony.
Well done, Arnie. I didn't think you could do it, but here you are. That data diver has exact permissions, and you found the blueprints.
I did.
You made it the farthest, farther than I had expected. I can't believe it was you. Put that data diver in the inventory system. It'll go right to where it's needed.
Okay, whatever you say. So, like, Fat Bear is totally planning on murdering me, right?
Good work.
Like, I'm not getting out of here.
A job well done.
Can I leave now?
Head on out. It's over. I've opened the garage for you. You can just hop in your van and drive home.
All right. How do I get to the garage?
I don't know why you're still here.
Because I don't know how to leave. Hey, who pulled my van up? Who pulled my van up? Who brought my van up to the garage? Ooh!
Arnold, there you are. We've been trying to get a hold of you all night.
Yep, I called it.
Why didn't you answer?
I called it.
Fazbear Entertainment has no other option but to let you go.
What? I just talked to you. You told me to give you the data diver and I could go home.
So you admit it? You misplaced company property.
Called it.
No, I gave it to you.
Fazbear Entertainment will hold you personally responsible for lost or stolen property. What did you expect would happen?
I did everything you told me to.
Oh, this is most certainly the bad ending.
We'll be calling you.
Oh, great. We brought a friend along with us. Oh, no. Arnold died. Oh. God, this is... God, Bunny, you look horrific. This is the same ending as in VR. In FNAF VR. This is what the ending in FNAF VR looks like for anyone who's never played it or has never seen a playthrough. You get, during, I believe it's the bad end, you get stuffed in a Freddy suit and you perform on stage as Glitch Trap dances right where that endoskeleton is. Yeah, so that was definitely the bad ending. I think there's a good ending, probably attached to getting all the collectibles and probably beating ruin moon.exe. I think I want to try to get it because I do really like this game. It's not going to be today. Tomorrow is Genshin. Tomorrow is 5.7 for Genshin Impact. We're going to play the Archon quest tomorrow. It is going to be back at the 9 o'clock stream time. Just because I want to get to it as quick as possible because I'm excited. And then Wednesday is going to be either finishing the Archon quest if I don't finish it tomorrow, or Skirk's story quest. And then Thursday will either be Skirk's story quest or maybe more of this. Maybe we try to get the good ending in Secret of the Mimic. Oh. Is that Foxy or is that a creepy mimic? And then if we don't get to the good ending this week, we'll do it Monday. This music is really good. The music in this game has been incredible. I'm not 100% sure I'm not entirely sure how I like what this game does for the lore of FNAF. Because, like, it makes the original animatronics and Henry and William as a whole feel less important. Henry especially. Because, like, if Henry isn't the one who made the animatronics, what did he do? Why should we feel invested in his role in the company and his connection to William if he didn't do anything? Why should we feel connected to this character if... And, like, Like, William, you can make stuff about William a lie, because he's the villain. We're meant to hate him. But Henry's the good guy. We're meant to like Henry. How are we supposed to feel connected to Henry if everything we know about him has been like a lie? Oof. Yeah, what does anything fancy show up on my profile now? No, I wish it had stars. I like the stars. Alright, though, I am going to end stream for today. It's shorter than it was this weekend, but I just had more time this weekend compared to today. Tomorrow will be Genshin, like I said, and it's gonna be 9 o'clock or 9:30. I have to figure out when the stupid maintenance ends, because I always get that wrong. Uh, well, I'll figure it out though, and I'll try to make a post early, but just keep an eye out around 9 o'clock for between 9 and 10 for me starting stream. Yeah, so goodbye.